and this is February 11th, in case you didn't catch this. News broke a little bit earlier today. Your girl, your favorite one, I know you love her, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I like to just call her Alex, so we'll stick with Alex. But let's go ahead and read the headline here and then go ahead and get into this. The former CNBC anchor Michelle Caruso-Cabrera becomes latest challenger to Alex. I don't know how many of you guys used to watch CNBC in the morning. I watched it frequently. I still do. And I remember her from there. But let's go ahead and get into the story first. Former CNBC anchor Michelle Caruso-Cabrera added her name Tuesday to the list of candidates hoping to deny Alex a second term. Caruso-Cabrera, who worked for the financial news network for more than 20 years, is challenging Alex in the Democratic primary June 23rd for New York's 14th district. She filed her candidacy with the Federal Election Commission on Monday, becoming Alex's fifth Democratic challenger and 12th overall to file with the FEC. I'm the daughter and granddaughter of working-class Italian and Cuban immigrants, Caruso-Cabrera told CNBC in a statement. I am so lucky to have had such a wonderful career, and I want everybody to have the opportunity that I've had. That's why I'm running. CNBC said Caruso-Cabrera will take a leave of absence from the contributor role she has held at the network since she left in 2018. Alex, 30, is the youngest woman elected to Congress. She has become a polarizing figure since her upset win over 10-term incumbent Rep. Joe Crowley in the 2018 primary. A self-described democratic socialist, Alex quickly became a target for conservatives as one of the new faces of the Green New Deal and an advocate for big government proposals such as Medicare for All. She has had her disagreements with Democratic Party leadership, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. There you see Alex. That's the Alex we know and love, although we'd love to see her without the glasses. Am I right? Without the glasses, the look, a little bit better maybe? CNBC reported that Caruso-Cabrera has been a registered Democrat for several years. She wrote a book here. We can kind of skip over that a little bit. And this here is a part that's kind of interesting. She said Ronald Reagan was her favorite president, followed by Bill Clinton. I am too fiscally responsible to want to reach out and hug the Democrats. Their social spending will keep the next generations laden with debt, she wrote. At the same time, I am too fiercely independent to embrace the Republican Party because I want people to be free to make their own choices about their personal lives. Doesn't she sound like a libertarian? Gentlemen, ladies, doesn't she sound like a libertarian to you, or more so a libertarian? Now, kind of giving my thoughts about it, and we'll back up to that point right there that I was making. I think we both know that it's pretty much impossible if you're outside of the big two parties to really get anywhere in politics. There are individuals that certainly are independent. Obviously, we can think of Bernie Sanders, even though he caucuses with the Democrats and he's running on their ticket and everything. But to really have a libertarian candidate or an independent party candidate or some other third party candidate, it's pretty difficult. So if you want to affect change, you really have to try to do that from inside one of the two parties. Now, I actually wasn't aware there were 5 total challengers to Alex on the Democrat side. I had heard about all the Republican challengers that were coming out. That was probably a few months ago when those individuals were making the rounds, and I think that was probably around the time where that whole Green New Deal thing kind of came and went. That's when a lot of Republicans from the 14th district were trying to jump in and challenge her. There's nothing wrong with having more individuals in the race. Again, the primaries are on June 23rd in the 14th district. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this to see how things go. But having just watched Michelle on TV, and this is just purely from the aspect of delivering the financial news and the stuff that she did on there, and taking into consideration things she said, such as that she wants to limit government. She doesn't like the spending. Again, you saw the quote where she talked about the debt being passed on to future generations. I think that's a great message. I really like that. That's something that I can really get behind. I consider myself to be more of an open-minded individual, just kind of centrist. Some policies I agree with on either side. But the reality is, though, I don't want to see the spending in excess. I want to see things come more under control. So if somebody's really out there pushing that message about smaller government, then I really like to hear that. Efficiency, right? That's what we all love. So I'm not familiar with the other challengers that are running against Alex in the district, but I would imagine that just based on her name power alone and the location, that Michelle would have to be somebody that would be right up there as a potential favorite to unseat Alex. That being said, I think what it's going to take is somebody who isn't afraid to get the message out there and highlight all of the missteps and all of the things that Alex talks about that just are things that would be damaging to the country or things that just aren't feasible to do. So if you recall, the big thing about Alex when she first unseated Crowley was that she had the whole grassroots thing. She was pounding the pavement. And again, and recall, the district isn't that big. I think Alex had beaten Crawley by a few thousand votes, but I think she had, what was it, like maybe, and I might be off on these numbers, but I think she had won maybe 17,000 votes and he had won 14,000. So the key for Michelle, the way I see it, is she's going to have to really be out there pounding the pavement like Alex was the first time around. I think that was in large part what people liked about Alex, was that she was actually in the community, pounding the pavement, going door to door. And that's something that Michelle or the other challengers should definitely mimic if they want to unseat her. The reality we know is that Alex was instrumental in costing New York State that contract with Amazon, that whatever reports you believe now or whatever you listen to cost the state 25,000 jobs, and it was so many millions or billions of dollars over the years in potential tax revenue. But whoever runs up against her on the Democratic side, they really need to make sure to highlight those failures. There's so many failures she has. For me, I'm never going to underestimate somebody like Alex and the outside money that she's going to get from Hollywood just because she's a celebrity now. So I would never underestimate her, and I would tell voters everywhere and Americans everywhere, don't underestimate her, and don't think that just because you have Michelle and her name that she's going to just be able to come in, waltz into the 14th and win the primary. I really would caution that for individuals who don't like Alex. You have to really understand how deep the money is that comes in and how much of a celebrity she is now and how much power that may carry with some individuals within her district. So that's why I come back to whoever is going to try to unseat her on the Democratic side, they really need to hit the pavement. I mean, they really need to be out there getting the message out and letting people know the facts. Hey, look at what she has and hasn't done for the district. And if somebody can do that, then I think there's a really good chance that somebody can unseat her on the Democratic side. And let me touch on this real quick on the Republican side. The reality of the district, the numbers, and I've said this before in other forums where I've commented, but the demographics of the district don't line up with a Republican winning. Even if Alex makes it through the primary and you have a situation where the Republican nominee can highlight all of these negative aspects of her, I don't see it being a situation where that many people in the district would flip to the red side. I just don't see it. So if you're somebody out there who's hoping that Alex is taken out after just one term, then I really think that it's going to be on the Democratic side. And I think most of you get that as well. I just don't see the numbers adding up for somebody on the GOP side to take her out in the general election. I just don't see it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. Is there a path for somebody on the Democratic side to take out Alex? And furthermore, do you think that there's somebody on the GOP who can take her out? Well, let me know what you think. Thanks as always for watching the video, everybody. Take care.